Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Duke here. See if I can not spill my coffee this time. Welcome once again to another episode of the Weekend Wrap-Up. It's Friday. I'm your host, the Duke. How's it going? Hope things are going well for all of you. I've been busy this week, actually. Excuse me, stretch. Yeah, I've been busy. We're working on not one but two commissions with a surprise. I can show you some of it. So this is the bottom piece, and then this is the somewhat attached top. So there's little hinges here. You can see they're already attached. Well, I think I might shore those up. So I've got some UV resin, some UV clear resin that I think I might brush on to these connections here, and then shine a UV flashlight. I've got that somewhere to cure it. And then the same thing for the connection points. Connection points here, so it becomes a proper little treasure chest, and then actually, would open and close. I might, where these connect here, do the same thing, because these are super glued right now, and they've already broken once. So, yeah, that's part of it. The other part I can show these off, because they're all inked. So these are the dice, the Leon dice for Jamar Nicholas, cartoonist extraordinaire. He commissioned a set of those, and I made those. So these are pretty cool. First off, nice choice on the D6s with the pips. See if this shows up on camera. Not really. So these will react to UV black light. Also, special surprise, because I don't think he's a watcher of the show. This ink, this white ink on the pips looks white, and it is white. But in the dark, they glow blue. So fancy little surprise. And then I think I already showed you that all 8 dice will fit perfectly in the treasure chest. So those are going out to Jamar. Probably not today. I was hoping today, but this is proving more trouble than I thought it would be. So, oh well, it's fine. And then the other thing, so I can show these two. So these are the other commission. So these are some theater nerd dice that I modeled myself. Modeled and printed myself. Because that's the low face. And that's the high face. So the light's too bright. They look white, but they're actually metallic silver ink. And then it's kind of a blue, kind of a sky blue galaxy style for the dice themselves. But these also have an issue. Because the D12, when I made it, it's not perfectly cleaned up, because I figured why. So there's the low face. That's the high face. I don't know if you can see it, how it's supposed to be. I don't know if you can see the shadow of a smiley face there. But it basically got sanded off. So I think I'm just gonna sand this down further and just kind of narrow it down, put it back in the mold, and re-pour the top. And I fingers crossed that works, and I don't have to remake the whole die, because that would be a pain in my balls. So that's what I've been working on. I've also been had an interview. I know, back in the workforce, back in the stupid rat race. But I'm not making money still gotta eat. It's a shame that we can't pay artists what they're worth, and that we don't just have, a universal basic income in this country that just says, hey, are you an adult? Here's some money. Here's something to ensure you don't starve to death. Novel freaking concept. Anyway, that doesn't exist. So if you can't survive making and selling your art, you got to get a real job. So, I've been doing this for about 10 months now, ish. I think I know I'm good at it. Everyone I've encountered and interacted with thinks I'm good at it too, and they actually do buy my stuff. But it's just I'm not moving enough to actually make it so I can survive. So I'm not gonna stop this. That's not the plan. This sort of stuff is still gonna happen. This stuff is still gonna happen. Still gonna do this. It's just I gotta get a day job too. So I actually interviewed at the local tribal casino for an entry level position because it was the only thing that seemed even remotely interesting to me. And it was funny because, I included my resume and a cover letter with, nearly 20 years of experience in various roles, from phone customer service to in-person customer service to, healthcare, health insurance, project management, a little bit of IT, research, spreadsheet reports, God knows what else I've done in my nearly 20-year professional career. And I applied for a cash counting job. And so funny. When the lady called me about it, she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, you know what? To be honest, and this is the truth. I told her, I was like, to be honest, I've spent the past 20 years mostly in healthcare, like primarily working in the healthcare industry. Never done anything else, and I'm like, I took a leave of absence last December, and now I'm kind of ready to get back into the workforce. But I want to try new things. I don't want to go right back into healthcare, if at all. I would like the opportunity to do something different because I've never done anything different. And she was like, that makes sense. Okay. So I had the in-person interview yesterday. Went pretty well, I think. That said, I don't know that I'm going to take it because, I'll tell you why, because yesterday, day before, earlier this week, it's gone pretty quickly. Earlier this week, I heard back from actually my previous employer, healthcare. But it's not the position I used to work at. In fact, I've never worked in that particular position that I applied for. And it's union, which I like unions. You want me to work more than 40 hours a week? Pay me. Anyway. So so that's happening. I have a virtual interview because screw going into the city. We're like 90 minutes away. No thanks. Actually, probably more like 2 hours into that city. Anyway, virtual interview next Wednesday, I think. Next Wednesday morning. I think it's kind of one of those things where it's going to be my choice to either take it or leave it. And I think I'm going to take it because the cash counting job is like, I want to say it's like $17 an hour. And it's, in person, and it's, some physical labor and things like that. Whereas the job with my, excuse me, goodness, coffee hasn't kicked in yet. The job with my previous employer is work from home, 100%. virtual, and I think it's gonna start at like $25 or $26 an hour. Which, I mean, obviously at my previous position, I was still making. There, I was making, I think, close to $37 an hour. So nothing's gonna really compare to that. However, that job was not union. That job was, hey, we need you to work whenever. Oh, you're working more than 40 hours this week? Too bad. That's why we pay you $37 an hour. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't. Because if you did, I would be making more money than I am because I work more than 40 hours a week. So anyway, I think I'm going to take the long story short, I think I'm going to take the new position, get back in it, get some money flowing into the system again. Like I said, that doesn't mean this is going to stop. I'm still going to do this. Might be later in the day, or even earlier. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do this. It just might not be as much because, I'll be spending 8 hours a day still working here, but not working on, this sort of stuff. Still work on that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's the week in review. Looking forward to the week ahead. I'm going to try and finish up both of these commissions today. Well, not finish up. I'm going to re-pour the D12. Hopefully get the box finished. Maybe get Jamar's dice mailed out, although probably not. That's probably going to be following Monday. What else was I going to work on? Oh, you know what? I think I've been working on non-physical art stuff. So I've actually been working on trying to get some rewards for a Kickstarter campaign that we're hopefully going to launch in the new year for publishing. So for those of you who don't know, Mrs. the Duke, excuse me, goodness, Mrs. the Duke runs a publishing company. Started about 10 years ago, and then life happened. Runs a publishing company, has one anthology of short fiction already published. Is an editor, is a writer. I dabble myself. I actually have a story in that anthology because I can write. So anyway, working on a second collection of short fiction, and that's we want to do a Kickstarter one because we don't have thousands of dollars laying around to publish a book and pay writers. So that's one. Two, we actually want to be able to make this publishing company idea work. So it'd be nice to pay ourselves because ain't nobody else paying us. And three, a crowdfunding campaign like Kickstarter is an excellent opportunity to give out some cool rewards. So I mean, in addition to the kind of general slap your logo on paper products, I wanted to do something more handmade. So it's that's why I think I showed you a couple weeks ago the 3D rocket. That's our company logo. So if I can get those in a state where they can be 3D printed easily and quickly and kind of mass produced, that could be a reward. I'm actually in contact with. Well, I'm under a conditional contract with one artist already, who works in clay and metal, and has agreed to, again, conditionally, because I ain't got thousands of dollars lying around to just pay artists. Conditionally produce some handmade coffee mugs and some little rocket toys out of metal. Coffee mugs would be ceramic, obviously, and the rockets would be metal, as rewards. So that should be cool. And in talks with several other artists who work in wood, leather. I don't think we're going to go glass this time around. Glass seems like a more refined, more civilized material. Elegant material for more, there we go, for more civilized age. Not really what we're going for theme-wise with this. Also talking to a blade maker. And some other stuff. So we've got some things in the works, some irons in the fire there. And so I think I'm going to be continuing those discussions, helping artists to understand what a conditional contract is. Conditional contract is something that the contract is only executed if a certain condition is met within a certain period of time, i.e. we launch the crowdfunding campaign, it funds successfully, we get money, then we pay the artists, then they produce the goods, then we fulfill the Kickstarter. I mean, I'm not asking artists to reserve their time for nothing. There would be down payments, but at least one artist so far has been like, well, I don't work on Prospect, and it's like, I'm willing to pay you essentially a retainer for your services, to pay you probably 10 times as much at a later date for actually producing, a dozen pieces. Well, I can make much more with just a completed contract. Yeah, for one item, right? So I'm willing to pay you up front basically what one item would cost, with the hope, and pretty good. I mean, granted, we've never done this thing, but come on. With the hope that in 6 months we'll pay you again 10 times that amount or more, thousands of dollars, to produce, 10 or 15 items. No, I don't do that. Well, speaking as an artist, I would. Whatever. We can write an essay about that. So, that's the week ahead. That's my week ahead interview as well in there. So, that's it for me. I've talked way too long already. Question. Now's the time we can wrap up where I can't think of a question. I don't know what the question is. Actually, it's spoopy season. What are you most looking forward to about, or are you looking forward to Halloween? Like, are you looking forward to trick-or-treaters? Are you looking forward to discount candy the day after? Are you looking forward to, just the aesthetic? Are you looking forward to the weather? What do you like, if anything, about fall and Halloween and the scariness, scary movies? Let me know drop me comments on Coffee, on Patreon. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Until next time, be good to each other, everybody. Peace.